On Thursday, the 25th of February 2010, the United Nations Environment Programme UNEP Environmental Assessment of Ogoniland project team, headed by Mike Cowing, rendered a progress report to the Presidential Implementation Committee, a body set up by the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to monitor UNEP's environmental assessment of Ogoniland. The committee was headed by Right Reverend Monsignor Matthew Hassan Kuka as chairman. Other members of the committee in attendance included the Honorable Minister of Environment, Mr. John Ode, Honorable Minister of State for Energy, Elder Odein Ajumogobia, amongst others. Present also at the meeting were members of the River State Executive Council, together with stakeholders of UNEP's environmental assessment of Ogoniland project, with the prominent Benemenetai, King GNK Giniwa JP. The four chairmen from the four local government areas, Tai, Eleme, Kana and Gokana, were also present at the meeting. The meeting was hosted by the River State Governor, Right Honorable Rotimi Amaechi. There were also representatives of the operator company, Shell Petroleum Development Company Limited, and their regulators, Nostra. The meeting took place within the executive chambers of the River State government. In his report, Mike Cowing presented the progress made so far by the UNEP team.
We now have the green light, we can move, we have our international team, we have our national team, the equipment is procured, and last quarter 2009 we have been in the Ogoni communities working, liaising, dialoguing with the Ogoni communities. We're working with our partners in River State University who have the local cultural knowledge that we don't possess. We recruited and trained some 25 national staff during October 2009, and we trained them in all the technical expertise they would need for this project. We also trained representatives from local stakeholders, NOSDRA and Ministry of Environment. The staff, including our staff and the regulator staff and the university staff, were taken into the field. They were trained with remote sensing, GPS, science, modelling, how to do site inspections, etc., etc. All the skills necessary to execute this project. We're on the reconnaissance phase. We developed, out of necessity, a four-step strategy. We go, we identify the area. When we've identified the area, we then request from the traditional rulers, may we come to your community, may we meet with your community. There's land access negotiation, which is headed by our colleagues in the university in terms of identifying who is the actual landowner, paying some fees for debushing, clearing the site, giving us access. Final step is the visual assessment, where we fill in the reconnaissance form. The next step, starting in April, scientific phase, where we will collect thousands of samples of soil, water, plant tissue. We will look at the source, the pathway, and the receptor in a very rigorous scientific fashion. From this, we will be designing our final cleanup and remediation proposals, looking at what is the extent geographically, vertically, horizontal, what is the impact on public health and environment.
He went further to explain the several challenges the team has encountered from the inception of the mission.
In the early days, we had an understanding of approximately how many spills were on the official database. We understood that this wasn't concrete, it was indicative. During the ground truthing, which has only been going on for 3 months now, we are seeing more and more oil spills that are not on the official register. We are finding something like double the number of oil spills. If we don't address why there are so many spills, if the phenomenon that we are seeing in the field of not historical oil spills, new spills coming up, new spills November, December, January, this phenomenon is ongoing. This means that we will never finish the reconnaissance phase.
The revelation led to the state governor, Right Honorable Chuike Rotimi Amaechi, requesting for a meeting between the state government, the UNEP team and Ogoni elders to map out an effective strategy towards the continuity and sustenance of the project.
As Governor of River State, I will ask that you suspend work in Ogoni Kingdom until we have a meeting with all Ogoni elites. The elites or elites who over there must come together to say if they want this job to continue.
Your Excellency, is a very serious matter. I want to appeal to you that you should not lose your temper on us. Let us start as we started and end it and God on our side, we are going to succeed.
I think the governor has put his finger on it, that we have criminal elements that have resorted to oil bunkering. It's a security issue. The governor of Rivers State is more than competent, to deal with those issues.
The entire PIC committee then visited one of the spill sites at Ejama Ebubu in Eleme local government area.
So we're looking at an oil spill impacted area over 40 years ago. So this is the actual footprint of the spill. What you have over here is the contaminated material which has been removed and stockpiled as a temporary measure. Now that's fine, but a number of environmental problems here. If you look in that direction down there towards the swamp, the surface water, that is the source, I believe, of drinking water to the local communities. One of the problems the community face from our initial observations is when the temperatures get high, after midday, a lot of the hydrocarbon that's contained in that material is mobilized and leaches into the surface water and is impacting upon drinking water quality. This is a problem.